It's the Board of Public Works meeting, Monday, August 25th. We're at 965 Plain Street. And we're being recorded by MC TV. So we have an appointment at 6:05. John Brierton, request for crosswalk on Webster Street from Steinbeck and Taylor to Foster Lumber. At 6:15, John Bertoni, deteriorating and dangerous conditions on Cohasset Ave. Those are our appointments. Action items is redevelopment of Union Street number 2 and Furnace Brook number 3 wells, replacement of well pumping, contract number 2026-02. And then RFP audit, latest version to be voted. Number 3 is abatement over $2,000 for Eloise Heron, 286 Carswell Street. Number 4, wastewater residuals contract extension. For discussion items, we have safety zones, snow road and other safety zones, and crosswalk locations. Number 2 is meeting with Sharon Studley, Assistant Superintendent, and Meg LeMay, Town Accountant. Number 3 is update on meeting with Town Administrator Peter Moran. I'm going to vote to accept the minutes, have a superintendent's report, and next meeting is to be determined. So do I have a second on that?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so it's 6:05, I think. 6:04. We can start if our appointment is here, Mr. Brierton. Or is it? Am I saying that correctly?
Yep.
Oh.
I asked them to come up.
Oh, come on up, please. Yeah.
So we can hear it.
Yeah.
Just any seat up here?
Yes, please.
All right. John Brierton, Ocean Street.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
It's on my commute. It's a crosswalk across from Steinbeck and Taylor. I didn't take any pictures I planned on, but see Mr. Guillon has it on his presentation today as well. I think it's the same crosswalk as part of his presentation, which for that preschool that's there. It seems like when I come across there in the morning, there's people that are hesitant to stop for the people that want to cross with the strollers and stuff. So I just thought it would be a smart idea to have a crosswalk put in that spot.
Okay.
So I just made the suggestion to you and you told me the process, so I got it on the agenda and that's why I'm here.
Great. Thank you very much for your concern. Yeah, we had talked about safety zones at a previous meeting, and then you had messaged me that, so I thought it would be, a good fit, and I asked, and then Greg had some comments on that, just happened to be in a conversation, so it kind of all fit, and I asked the safety officer to be here, so I don't know if, there he is. So I just figured we'd chat about the whole thing. So do you want to come up, or do you have any, if you want to speak, then we'll have you come up.
Yeah, the police department don't have any issue with the crosswalk. It's all going to be engineering, whether it's legal or not.
Okay. Okay, so no comments on that at all, or?
That's really my only comment. I mean, it's I don't have a problem with it. It's just whether or not it's ADA compliant and line of sight, which is can.
Okay.
But the police department don't have any issue with that.
Okay. All right. Oh, thanks. Okay. What do we have to say about it, Ken or Sean?
I'm in favor of it.
You are? Okay.
I talked to Greg.
I think it's a good idea. We have the sidewalks coming down Webster, so they're coming down on that side of Foster Lumber, and they have to cross over to the school.
Yeah, and I don't know what that street name is that's got, I didn't see a street sign there for that street that's Steinbeck and Taylor, and that preschool is off of there. There's no sidewalk like at that intersection, so I don't know. It can't be because it's not sidewalk to sidewalk connecting.
That's the thing, it's gotta connect to somewhere really close.
So there is no sidewalk on that street, and I don't even know if even on Google, it didn't show the street name, so I don't know if it's an actual.
You mean this where you pull in to go into the school?
The road, you take a left from Ocean Street right on to where you go into Steinbeck and Taylor, that road that's on.
Is that a driveway? It's a driveway.
Yeah.
That's a driveway. It's just a big driveway.
Is that what it is? And then it goes to all those businesses that are in there, right? It
We
goes
call it a common driveway.
Oh, okay, so that's what it is. So that would be I don't know where you would put the crosswalk thing, because there is no sidewalk
I
over
think you
there.
have an idea what you want to do, right?
Sure. So that's the entrance in.
You got a sidewalk coming down on this side. If you put it over here, that would probably work. I was gonna talk about this Ohio and then down on Parsonage's Street as well.
Right there where the word entrance to South Shore, like there's no sidewalk on that side, and I don't even know if that's is that common driveway that you're talking about?
That's the
street?
common driveway in.
Yeah,
So, I mean, we would just put the crosswalk here, across, and then anybody from this area would come over to that point and cross.
So how would you handle that with the dirt and grass and everything there and no sidewalk to get to that crosswalk, like with strollers and,
It should
Or
go, it
wheelchairs
should
or
go
anything.
pavement to pavement.
which the common driveway is.
Right.
Yeah, you'd have to terminate it at the common driveway.
I guess what the law says, oh wait, well, I don't guess, you just can't dump a sidewalk off into nothing.
right?
There has to be a point of egress and so forth. So I think the asphalt will serve as that, and it connects across the street. And I think further down the road, we were talking about the crosswalks, putting them in where the
Parsonage.
sidewalks are,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Parsonage Street.
which makes sense, because now they have a place to go.
Mhm.
And if anything, it may slow down people, because he's not wrong, they go flying down there. I try to get across the street, I'm like,
It's like they're in a hurry to get to that intersection at
Yep.
CVS, where they're gonna wait for the stoplight anyways.
Right.
I don't understand why
Yep.
they gotta speed through there, but
they
I think if there was a
fly.
crosswalk, I think they'd be more apt to have to stop rather than just, well, there's no crosswalk, so I'm not stopping.
You know, what it does is it makes people aware that there's something coming up.
Right.
Would you put one of those like lighted things too
For there, I
there?
would.
There,
I
at
would.
that spot, or maybe like when they, where they have on Ocean Street, the little people that are in the middle of the crosswalk?
Those get run over.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
I think, in part of putting a crosswalk to the light may deter some of the speed as well.
So that white post is in both photographs,
Yeah.
so you can see where the driveway is. You probably take it right across the street here then.
Okay, because it looks like
You
on
drew
that
that, Jason?
picture, it looks like you drew that.
No, that's
Uh,
pavement. Somebody put a pipe in or something. so
Yeah,
it's
no, but
different color.
I thought from the first picture, you had drawn like that as a crosswalk, and I was like, how are they gonna get to it with the dirt and the, okay, so right at the,
At the pole.
driveway,
Right at the pole.
at the
Good
pole.
idea. Good
Yeah.
idea, yeah.
Yeah,
So do a lot of people cross to the early,
Apparently so.
There's 5 or 6
Yeah.
like regulars that I see that cut through the back part of Star Market.
yeah, okay.
But if it slows people down, I'm in favor of that no matter what. I mean, he's not wrong.
So I was in Medford the other day, and they have, coming from Winchester to Medford, right where the playground section is, right off of 38, what they have a speed table where they raise the road 2 inches, 3 inches. It's an actual table goes across it, and they've got white painting goes to an arrow to where this table is. So if someone's coming down at 40 miles an hour and all of a sudden it hits 25, it slows them down. I mean, basically, you hit that table, you know you're going to slow them. Then it's slow all the way through Medford, because Medford's 25 miles to the whole city.
so the whole air, that, how wide is that speed?
Goes right
table?
across the whole road.
So, but how like far does it go?
10
It's not
feet.
like a speed bump,
Yeah,
it's
it
like
goes-
bigger than that.
Probably goes 6 feet.
Huh.
But it only goes, it's not high.
It's a traffic calming device. That's what they
It's a
call it.
traffic
Yeah.
calming device.
I've seen those.
So we had mentioned this at the previous board meetings about pedestrian safety
Yeah,
and how to kind of calm the traffic down. I think, and I asked if engineering could look into
Yep.
some of those devices, Brent Rock, Webster Street, where there's schools, where there's kids, because people just fly through this town. And, even a lighted crosswalk might not work, because people are just in a hurry. But looking at traffic calming engineering components, like a speed table or something, a lot of times they do sidewalks that mumble strips, that kind of stuff. At least it gets their attention. So I'm in favor of what you're proposing. I think the more I hate to see, all we need is one person to get hurt, a kid get hurt, and we're in trouble.
Do we need to have a traffic study for things? We must need to have a traffic study if we were gonna do something like Bob's talking about, right?
It's always a good idea, so that if somebody challenges it, you have something to back yourself up.
Because I know we can go 20 miles an hour for a safety zone without a traffic study, but did those road changes require a traffic study that
Well,
he's
number
talking
one,
about?
If you're gonna do it, I would do more than one, in some different areas. So Ken's right, we have to do a study.
Right.
To find out where we should put them, how big they should be, and how high they should be. And that's part of, we could have that part of, it's part of our paving consulting program. It's just a phone call away. But they are costly.
The traffic study or the
No,
road changes that he's talking about?
the devices he's talking about.
But then basically, it's an extra layer of concrete. Not concrete, but pavement.
What about plowing and stuff, does that?
Yeah, but since it's not that high, it goes right over.
That would be my super
Yeah.
concerns, like now you're just gonna have something that's gonna be need more maintenance than.
For instance, look at Ocean Street, those
Yeah.
stamped concrete, once they
That's
put in, they're
what I
already
was
ripped
thinking.
up.
No,
And
it's
those are
not stamped
cheap.
concrete though. This is a little bit elevated, so it basically,
For the plows to catch
the
on.
plows can go over it and signed. You have to have it signed on either side. It has to be painted on the pavement, but it does work. I mean, especially in the beach area, when we get down towards, Old Beach Road and in the Bear Rock section, that whole stretch should be lower because there's a lot of people walking across those streets all the time. And, once they come out of the center of town, they fly down to Old Beach Road, take that curve, and they're still flying, need to slow them down. Sometimes it takes a 2x4 to get someone's attention.
Did you ever put this out?
Do you have any comments on that, Officer Lucetti?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is a spot that's needed for one of those. I mean, we'll get into the snow road and how that might change, which might end up slowing people down a little bit before that, but for, a half a dozen amount of people crossing the road at that intersection, like
No, you're right.
Sean said, they are expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I can rattle off probably a dozen places where they should be, where we got thousands of people walking to the.
Probably the same places I'm thinking.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, I meant in general. Did
In
you
general.
have any thoughts on it? Not
Oh.
in particular for this location, just in general?
No, I'm all in favor for slowing people down.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. No, I think we kind of all agreed that you could do a crosswalk here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So why don't we do a crosswalk? Just,
Right.
School starting.
Right.
I think we should do it sooner than later.
Right.
Oh, we'll put it on the list for this year.
Yeah,
Right.
because you're gonna be painting them soon.
Huh?
Right, we paint.
I mean, not you personally.
So I think we take care of this issue, but we still put it as a study to see where all the other areas, working with the safety officer to determine.
That's gonna be
where-
on the next part.
Where would be the best part?
Agenda.
Okay,
Right.
All right.
Yeah, we have that on here.
okay.
You know,
good.
you
So-
don't have to vote
okay.
on this, you can just do it, correct?
Yeah, we don't need to vote. We don't have to vote.
You know, we support you.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you
thanks
so
for bringing
much.
that up, Sean.
Really
All right.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in and bringing to
Thanks
us.
for the visuals.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we have John Bertoni. You could come up, please, thanks.
I got a couple of neighbors over here too, back here.
Thanks for coming.
Happy to speak at the-
If you have comments, you can just raise your hand and state your name and address, and if you could state your name and address.
Yeah, just a discussion about Cohasset Avenue, that's,
Name and address.
it's been ongoing.
We need your name and address first.
I'm sorry?
We need your name and address for the record,
Okay,
please.
I'm John Bertoni, I'm on 158 Cohasset Avenue.
Okay,
I have addressed it a couple of times, 2 or 3 times over DPW office, about the issues going on with the road up there. We got a manhole that's sticking up, raised up above the ground, above the roadway. That's, it's happened 4 or 5 times this whole year that the car keeps riding over it, and apparently it sliced the oil pan or the transmission, and it's that leaking the road, all the way down the road, up and down the road, and apparently the car breaks down, and a couple of them ran in front of my house here. Couldn't go anywhere because I was leaking all over the place. There's also a couple of catch basins that's sinking in the bottom here, it's sinking right down. The whole road is deteriorating up here. I have some pictures.
I can see them, please.
Are you sorry?
Yeah, no, I'd like to see them, please.
So is Cohasset a public road?
Thanks.
That's,
This is a private.
I sent you the document with the photos on there. I don't know. They said they received it.
Can I see those afterwards?
Yeah, I didn't check that.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see an email with these, but I might have not seen it.
Is that yours?
Did you say you sent it into?
I did send you the attachment with the.
He did.
Oh, you sent it through the main website?
Looked at
Oh,
the black
okay.
and white and it was really
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, but that too, it's probably not, it wouldn't have gone through, but thank you for bringing them in. So we'll just pass these around, you wanna see them?
It's been ongoing for
Sean
about
wants them too.
4 years.
Longer than that.
And it's trying to get
okay,
this.
Sean. So let's talk about the road. Who owns
I
it?
haven't seen them.
Oh, he wants to see them too. I don't know what this one is showing with the guardrail.
Sean, who owns the road?
That's a good question. We looked up in the street list and it's private.
Open to the public.
It's
Open
a
to
private
the
public
yeah.
road?
Private, open to the
Private
public.
public, yeah, private. open
Which
to the public. Do you wanna see that?
doesn't give us the opportunity to use chapter 90 money to repair it.
Put them in the bag.
Okay, there you go.
I know what it is.
Do you want all of these?
So the question I have is, what utilities do we have on that road?
Drainage, water?
Drainage, water, we have sewer?
No.
No, okay.
There's no storage.
So we provide water and sewer, and some of the manholes on this road are owned by us. So we have infrastructure that's there that we own.
Well, there's no sewer.
That would be, we should at least maintain our infrastructure, even if it's a private road, of course, or open to the public.
So there's two sections up there. There's the gravel road area and there's also the asphalt area. We go into gravel road twice a year when we can get there, get the material. I think what he's looking at is some, I
You
just
saw
want
them
to see him real
all?
quick,
Okay.
yeah. He's looking to get it, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're looking to get it paved or repaved. Now, normally, when we run into that situation on a road that's not accepted, they do what they call a betterment. Everybody chips in and gets it. Chips in, and we hire a contractor to come in and do it. And
Pay the share, yeah.
Pay the share, yeah. Now, we do provide a little maintenance, you know, potholes and stuff like that, but it's not enough to do what these folks want, and I know what they're talking about. We just don't have enough money to do it.
He wants a scarified and repaved.
We need your name and address if you're gonna speak. You have to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You have to raise your hand and,
I'm sorry, no.
okay, go ahead, please, name and address.
Well, I'm his friend. I live in Boston, but I'm his friend, so.
That's okay, we'll take your name and address.
Yeah, John Durkin, 22 Raven Street.
Thanks.
So,
And what was your comment? was
Well,
making a comment.
he wants to have the road scarified and then elevation set proper, and he's talking about literally a new road there.
Yes,
That's gonna be it.
right, and somebody in the back.
Yeah, sorry, Devin Valier, 167 Cohasset Ave. What defines it as a private, open to the public? And is Kent Park off of South River Street similar?
Yes.
Cohasset Ave?
Yeah,
And so they went through a similar project recently too?
yes.
Is that what would be
They did a
potential
better,
for here?
yes, they did a betterment. All the neighbors pitched in and paid a certain amount.
So that's what happens, neighbors pitching
Yep.
on a private, open to
Yep.
public? Yeah, for some of the infrastructure, like the sewage and everything, you know, John's talking about it being elevated, and you're talking about, I mean, it's huge, right? So when the cars hit it, we had oil spills or transmission fluid spills, come down to Cohasset Ave, all the way out to South River Street, all the way down to like Furnace Street, where it's been, because I've been here for about 8 years. But anyways, yeah, into perspective, we have like 11 to 12 kids too on the street. And most of them feel it is a little unsafe even for just riding bikes, let alone cars driving on it. So I do support his ask, if maybe however it would work to fix that, so.
And I don't disagree.
Yeah.
The problem is, legally, I can't use town money unless, well, first of all, it gets voted in a town meeting. The best way, I live on a private road at home as well.
Okay.
I feel your pain, I have to pay to get it paved.
Sure.
But that's your best bet.
What about even leveling it out a little bit, paving around it? Like on the top of my driveway, there's a storm drain, and that's like sticking up maybe this far because the road just is starting to kind of sink down too. And that leads down to where those manhole covers are, which is what everybody's hitting. Is there any like a temporary solution?
So I wanted to hear what you guys had to say tonight, and I'm gonna take a ride up there. I think maybe I'll grab Ken or somebody else, or one of the foremen, to go see what we can do temporarily. As far as milling and paving the road, unless you guys want to pave it, we can get you a price, if that's what you all want. And then you can look at it and figure out how much it's gonna cost per house to get it done. But temporarily, yeah, I could go up and look at it tomorrow and see what we can do.
Okay. And what makes a road private, open to public?
So, the town, every town in the city has a spec, and it's usually done from a subdivision spec. In other words, you build a road according to what the plan is, sidewalks, drainage, width, how much asphalt you put down. A lot of, unfortunately, I would say probably 50–60% of the roads in town don't meet that spec.
Yeah.
And they'll probably never be accepted, because they're never gonna meet the requirement. But it's one of the reasons why I push every town meeting to get what they call road construction money, because that's the money I use. Once town meeting votes yes for it, I can use it to help fix your roads. I only get so much money a year. And like I said, 60% of the roads aren't accepted. So we do the best we can. But, you know, everybody deserves a crack at the apple, a bite at the apples. They should get something. So I want to see what you guys had to say and what your thoughts are, but we're going to take a ride up and see what we can do.
And that particular section in Marshfield, is it a water overlay district? I've heard before, is that terminology for certain drainage?
Stormwater overlay.
So would that have an impact to this project because of how the road's deteriorating and the excess water flow that's not hitting the storm drains and kind of flowing into different areas?
The reason it was designated a stormwater overlay area was because the soils are bad and high water table and water coming down that hill.
Okay, so nothing that would impact.
Nothing that would restrict you from doing that.
Okay, no, I'm just curious if that would have any more consideration for the town to do something else. But I'm just curious if that, I wasn't very familiar with how that means, but wasn't sure if that would impact sort of.
So every new house that goes up on the hill,
Yeah.
when they cut down trees, they increase the water flowing down the hill and causing more problems.
So nothing.
Which is why the overlay district was created, and there's a requirement for them to keep a certain amount of the lawn wooded and stuff.
Got it.
So we don't get high
Okay, so
flows.
nothing to do with the streets or the roads.
I will say it's a fun road to plow and sand.
I'm surprised I'm sure you make it up that hill.
When I was driving, I backed up. But I'll go take a look at it
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah, appreciate
I
that.
know there's some stuff that we probably do, especially the manhole thing and the drainage.
Yeah, it's surprising how many cars bottom out daily. Yeah.
Sean, can you just explain the process like we can if they did decide to go forward with
The betterment.
the betterment? Just so the audience knows.
So, I'm not too familiar with how it works in this town, but where I'm from, I don't know how many people live on the street, but let's say we get 51% that are in favor of getting the road done. We get a price, and we meet with the folks that live on the road. And it has to do with frontage, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It would be, yeah.
Yeah. And maybe you can explain better than I can, but, no, I'm not trying to throw you
No,
under
I
the
don't
bus,
do,
but,
I don't do that part.
but we get a price from a local paving company, probably the one we have under contract. And then we sit down with the folks and we figure out who has the most frontage, because they're gonna pay the most, unfortunately, because they'll own, part more of the road.
Right.
And then we gotta figure out how to divvy it up where each person pays. Then we have the contractor come in and do the work, and they get paid. It goes into an account. don't know if it goes into an escrow account.
The
betterment?
the assessors would get involved in terms of like
Yeah.
assessing the betterment, and then, yeah, the money would be essentially like loaned out and then it's repaid.
Is that something you folks would be want to do,
I mean, that's the only option that we have, that we can consider it.
other than small repairs?
Yeah.
We can do.
Yeah. I mean, John, please feel free. I mean, that's the only option based on the designation of the street being.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't cost me anything to get an estimate, so I'll have an estimate done, see what it costs.
Okay.
And then we can reconvene. I know how to get a hold of you. And
I live right across the street from John's.
Okay.
Well, the idea is that they said we're gonna come out and take care of it. It's been going on. They came out last year to map it all out, ready to start the work. And it's been going on and going on. It just nothing been done.
Funny.
You know, I just didn't get any communication.
Well, we just said we're gonna do something for
Yeah.
him. We just said that.
He's the
We
superintendent.
had a spending freeze
Him and his
last year
foreman,
after
and
that
that guy's the engineer.
marking got done.
They were talking to the right people to do it. The issue is when I started this, who owned the road, is to define, well, who ends up paying for it. If it was a public road owned by the town, it would make it a lot easier, we would have venues to do so. Since we don't, since it's a private road, like a lot of roads in this town. And there is a way to make it a public road, but you would have to bring it to a level,
It'll never be.
and that wouldn't happen. We'd have to go to the planning board specifications.
But I just want to say, he's not wrong. He's been going at this for quite a while before, when I was here last time. There was a different form of government that really didn't allow things to happen, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
So you did. I remember this 5 years ago, you came before the town.
Quite a while.
Yeah. So,
Well, we appreciate your
Yeah.
patience. So now we have kind of a plan, at least, to get more information. So it's further than it has gone for a bit.
and, well, I forget your name, I'm sorry.
I'm Devin.
Devin.
Yeah.
Like Devin said, we'll go up and see what we can do to take care of
The worst part.
the worst
So you'll
part.
get the estimate, and then you guys will talk to your neighbors and see if they wanna,
Well, first step
how
is,
many, I don't know how many there are, but it
first
doesn't
step is
matter
to
right
go
now,
fix
but,
the catch basin, the manhole.
yeah.
And get that so they can drive over it. Then we'll get a price to see what it costs to get it built and paved. I don't know if we can build it or not, because I don't know how much asphalt is up there. To begin with, you have to have at least 3 or 4 inches, well, it's 4 to build. Is it, Dick? Okay.
I mean, I had 4 cars here. I feel bad for the Amazon drivers that are trying to make a living, and I just go right over not knowing what's there. It's like the oil can and transmission.
Oh, that's the manhole, yeah.
I think that happened at least twice within the past 3 months. And again, I go for runs up Grove Street, I could track it for at least a mile long, just so the car's leaking from hitting those manhole covers. And with respect to like the storm drains, like the top of 167 Cohasset where I am, the pavement itself is sinking a bit, so when it does rain, it barely catches any water, it just goes straight and misses it. Can you level that off at all too, temporarily? Okay.
I think Ken and I will take a ride tomorrow.
Okay.
For a ride tomorrow morning?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
you.
thanks. All right, so we're on to action items. We have redevelopment of Union Street number 2 and Furnace Brook number 3, wells, replacement of well pumping, contract number 2026-02. That's you.
That's me. So this work includes disconnecting and removing the existing pumping units, furnishing new pumps, pump shafts, associated bearings and couplings, furnishing new level transducers, transmitters for each of the wells, cleaning and painting, furnishing and installing new piping as required, and installing new pumps. So we went out to bid in late July and did the bids in August and put a deadline for November. So this is the time when the summer folks leave, that our water usage is going to drop down. So we want to get the well all fixed up while usage drops down. So we had 3 bids that were received. Weston and Sampson, FG Sullivan, and Mahar Services. The bids range from 100 to 157. We had Pat Brennan prepare the bid documents and review the bids. I've attached the bid results and Pat's recommendation letter. Where we get the money for this, we put aside about $50,000 a year for well redevelopment, and then we cycle through different wells and try and do them. We still have some money that's remaining from previous years, so when we add it all up, including the fiscal year 26 budget, we have $105,000. So the low bid was $100,530, and that was by Weston and Sampson. Weston and Sampson is an engineering firm. They also have some operations units, and in 2023 they bought out DL Mar. DL Mar was actually a company that we used a lot in wells around town. They've done this for us on several different wells, so we actually feel really good that it's a contractor we've used in the past, and they've done a good job, and they were the lowest bid. So our recommendation is to go ahead and award that to Weston and Sampson.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Item number 8B. They have a lump sum of $2,500. The next bidder, Sullivan, is $14,000, and Ma was $35,000. Have you asked them, are they really going to honor that?
Yes, part of that is because they did well, they actually have a well pump from a previous job that they can use for us.
Is it used? Like
No.
a used one?
No, it was actually funding from a previous job that they had done for us that they still have the pump.
Oh,
We had extra money, we paid for a pump, we never installed it yet.
okay.
So they had kind of a distinct advantage in winning the bid.
Big time.
How come that one didn't get installed? Was it,
It was, we had extra money on a previous job, and they just, water department went ahead and said, can you just get us another pump?
okay,
So the question
like for an
I,
extra?
so my question is, did the Sullivan and Ma also had that same advantage?
They knew that that other pump was out there.
So they could have used that, same thing.
Do we have the pump?
No,
Who has the pump?
Weston and Sampson.
I just don't want unbalanced bid
Yeah,
protest.
yeah. If they had the,
Well, they can protest that?
they had a real advantage doing that, if they
Yes.
had the pump.
It's a $12,000 advantage.
Yeah.
So how does that get handled if we paid for it already? And it ends up lowering the bid?
They had the risk of holding on to the pump, so if we had the pump, then it would be at our risk. So it would be sitting on our shelf, and if something happened to it, then the pump would just be broken. Because it's a new pump, they have to warranty the pump.
So my question would be to town council, because I don't want to have a bid protest from FG Sullivan. Because that would be the only one that would be,
Yes, because it was
the
so.
only one
They were the
that
second
would be
lower.
in the running.
We could seek clarification on that and hold off on this for now.
Yeah, I agree that that's a good idea. I mean, you know that the companies, how are they, what cutthroat are they about, stuff like that?
Yeah, there's only a $2,700 difference in the two bids.
Yeah, but if you look, if you take out the,
But that one line.
Yeah, I know.
it's $12,000 for the pump.
Yeah,
It's a
Sullivan
big
lost the bid
difference.
because of it.
that's right. I'm just showing what the total bid
Right.
was, yeah.
Yep, we could circle back and get clarification on
You want
that.
to circle back?
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that?
why don't you check in with him and just see, so we don't end up with a
Yep.
problem with it?
Good call.
How often do they, that was a really good catch, yeah. How often do you guys have to replace them, like in general?
So there's 16 wells that we have, and we kind of cycle through it. It's about a 10-year period by the time you get all the way around. Like I said, we have money every year that we use. Some years we don't do it, some years we do two, so it averages out to about once every 10 years where you
Okay.
recondition the wells.
Okay.
One question I do have is, what is the timeline on this?
We're just trying to get it done in the off-season, not the summer.
I mean, can it wait 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, fine.
Yes, absolutely.
They're not gonna, they're okay with waiting, right? For you to
Yes.
give them an answer?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're not gonna vote on that. We'll have it back at the next meeting, I guess. Okay, so number 2 is RFP audit, latest version to be voted. So do we have that?
Yeah, it's right here.
I don't know what's going on.
Great, okay.
Yes? Yes.
All right, so I guess I'll just read this out loud in case people want to hear it. So the purpose of this request for a proposal, this is a request for a proposal to conduct a forensic audit on the Department of Public Works 3 enterprise accounts, water enterprise, wastewater enterprise, solid waste enterprise. Scope of work is the Town of Marshfield Board of Public Works, Governing Board of Marshfield Department of Public Works is requesting proposals from certified public accounting firms to conduct a forensic audit to go back 5 years, 2019 to 2024, and to include the following tasks. Evaluation of all expenses and incoming revenues, evaluation of direct enterprise expenses and expenses charged to enterprise accounts by the town, evaluation of appropriate percentage of expenses charged to the enterprise accounts by the town, recommendations for appropriate methodology for the town to use to charge enterprise accounts going forward. So qualifications and requirements is the applicant will be a certified public accounting firm. The firm must have 5 years experience in municipal accounting. The firm will furnish the department board with 3 qualifying references, towns or cities that the firm has provided a similar service. The Town of Marshfield Department of Public Works reserves the right to reject any and all proposals if qualifications do not meet town standards. And then all requests for proposal RFP should be sent electronically by 3 p.m. no later than September 29th to, with Sean and Ken's email addresses.
Good.
So, well, it definitely has a lot more detail than we saw, so,
I think the original vote at town meeting was to go back 5 years. I think it was.
I think that's why we started with 5 years on
Yeah,
this.
yeah, because I wrote it.
Yeah, you would know. Yeah, you had some specific things you were looking for in
That's what they
this.
did, they used my,
Okay, perfect. Okay, so it looks good.
Looks good.
All right, so, I'll make a motion to approve the request for proposal for, the RFP for, the audit for this version, this latest version, and
I second that.
they'll send it out. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Sean.
Oh, very good, okay. That'll be done. All right, abatement over 2,000, so is Eloise with us?
No, I
Oh,
think
he's
she's
on.
very elderly.
Yeah, she's
So
90,
we're just looking at
91.
this.
91.
She's only 91, she's not here?
She's a little bit older than me, but not that much.
All right, so we'll just take a look at this. Oh. Huh. Okay.
What's the staff feel like?
I agree. Give it to her. She didn't know.
She,
And
a
she's
pipe
elderly.
burst, yeah, she
She's
wasn't there.
struggling. Okay.
Is this normalizing it, or how are we doing it?
It says abate 75%, balance of 50,000 gallons.
Okay, fine.
It's not clean.
I'm good.
That was what you figured
Not clean.
was leaked to him, that pipe burst.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. All right, so we're all good with that. Okay, so a motion to approve the abatement for
Eloise had
Eloise Herron,
Second,
286 Caswell.
286 Caswell, and all in favor?
aye.
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 Do we second it?
Yeah, Bob seconded that.
Okay.
Okay, so wastewater residuals contract extension.
Yep, that's me.
Okay.
So the scope for this one is to provide transportation and disposal services for residuals generated at the wastewater treatment facility. We have Wastewater Services, Inc., who we have used in the past. They were the only bidder back in 2020 when we did it, and again in 2023 when we rebid it. In 2023, we had a 2-year agreement that's expiring at the end of this month, and there was a 1-year extension, but there were no costs associated with that. So what we needed to do is go back to them and formalize costs for this 3rd year. We have funds budgeted for residual wastewater, and we have some other expenses and utilities if needed that we can use. Wastewater Services is the incumbent. They've been good for us for the 3 years in the previous contract and these 2 years. The initial bid, the first year, was 8.8 cents per gallon of sludge, and then when you dispose of it, it was $425. They had an escalation in the original contract from the first year to the second year of 3.5%, and they're requesting now a 3.4% increase for this last year. There's only 2, I know I talked about this before, but there's only 2 places where we can take this material. One's in Rhode Island, one's in Upper Blackstone in Massachusetts. And Rhode Island's been pushing people away, so we've really been stuck with the one Massachusetts place, which is far away and it's a bit of a drive. So, you know, with driving, it costs a lot of money. WWSI has great relationships with both of these, so they're always able to get the material in. If you're using somebody who doesn't have those relationships, they can be left with no home for the material. So it's worked out really well for us. The cost increase, again, it's less actually than they had in the second year cost increase. So recommendation, because of the service that they provided and because the escalation seems reasonable, we recommend that we extend it for another year.
And we don't have there's not another option
We
either.
don't have another option at this point.
Yeah, we don't want to lose that
We almost
contract because we
almost
won't
lost
have one.
We almost lost them.
I know.
They weren't paying the bill.
Yeah, that was
Recall
last year. Yeah, there was a lot of concern about
Sludge
that.
disposal is a major problem in
Right.
this country
Yeah.
with the PFAS
Everything
issues.
disposal is.
Yeah, it's PFAS. Ask the people in Maine.
Yeah, okay, so, do you guys have any questions about this one?
No.
All right, so motion to execute the 3rd year of the residuals transportation and disposal agreement, contract number 2023-09 to Wastewater Services, Inc., and to authorize the chair or designated person to execute the contract documents when they've been prepared.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right,
Thanks, Ken. Thanks, Ken.
thank you so much. Okay, all right, so safety zones. So Bob, you wanted to talk more about this from our last meeting, and it fit in with the other conversation we were having, so we invited Officer Lucetti and Greg to join in on the conversation. So do you want to, you've said a lot already, so do you guys have any comments on what you're?
So what I wanted was the last meeting, you guys weren't there, is that we were talking about Grant Rock and slowing the traffic down to a 20-mile-an-hour zone or less in the village itself. And I said, well, Grant Rock is not the only thing in Marshfield. There's Green Harbor, there's Seaview, there's Snow Road, there's Marshfield Hills. And there's a lot of areas. And this is the governing board that sets policy for the DPW, is that we need to really look at it from a comprehensive standpoint and working with other people in town to make sure that we're covering where we should be covering to slow traffic down in pedestrian areas where people cross the roads and cross the streets and put those devices to calm the traffic down. From an engineering standpoint, if it's a speed plateau or something, even strips to go across to slow it down, they wake them up. Because a lot of drivers, they've got their earphones in, they don't hear it, they don't see it. They're driving out with plugs in their ears and they just listen to the tunes and bang until something happens. We need to do it, and even if it's just a pavement rubble strip or something. But we have to look at it from a standpoint of operational standpoint for the winter time, for freezing and thawing, and so we were asked, well, let's see if we can have the engineering group talk to our engineering firms that actually help us out with the roads to see if we can come up with a comprehensive plan. In which I'm glad that the town planner is here, because it's good to do it as a concert, that we're all on the same page, that it's, you know, and it's good to see the police here, that we work from a master plan,
But it's okay.
so that we're not just, we're treating the whole town
Go.
as a comprehensive pedestrian safety scheme. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, so it fit with the crosswalk conversation, and then Greg had crosswalk requests he wanted to make. So it just was kind of like,
Work together.
like, we're gonna just have a discussion about this, so any thoughts that you have?
Yeah, I mean, with me and Ken have met previously, and I brought it up. You go into some of these other towns like Situate, and when you enter the town, it says 25 mile an hour speed limit, and then unless otherwise posted. I'd like to see something like that, because
That's a good idea.
as we sit right now, I mean, all secondary roads are 30 miles an hour. So that means you drive up behind Bridgeway, Columbia Road, Beach Street, all those side streets, the legal speed limit's 30. So, which is much too fast for those secondary roads. So I mean, I would at least like to see something proposed with a 25 mile an hour speed limit. And then some of these other roads like the Esplanade, still 25 is way too fast.
Way too fast.
But there's certain steps that have to take place before you lower the Esplanade to 15 to make it enforceable, which, you know, maybe Ken or somebody else can describe what that process is legally. But I'm all for with lowering the speed limit, especially these secondary roads, Chandler, Anderson. The speed limit's 30, which is too fast.
I think,
Yeah.
so when we were talking about the Esplanade, we got the information from Mass DOT, and it defaults back to the closest road speed limit, so it's actually 35 is the default speed limit in the Esplanade. So then that was our first part of this conversation, where Bob, you know, talked about then the whole town. So we can make it a safety zone, so we voted to make it a safety zone and have it be 20 and just post it at the entrance to each end of the Esplanade. But as far as like doing, lowering the speed limit like below 20 for a safety zone area, then you need a traffic study, but we'd need a traffic study to do, you wanna do like a whole town thing anyway, so. Like, what does that look like for,
I don't know if you have to do a traffic study, we'd have to figure out the legality of that, but
Yeah.
to just say
Yeah.
it's posted as 25 and unless otherwise posted, I think we should be able to do that.
it's,
So, looking at Mass General Law, Chapter 90, Section 18B, this afternoon with Ken and Charlie, establishment of designated safety zones for ways in cities or towns. If we read some literature in there that says it falls under pretty much all of us. You know, the police chief for one, and his designee would be the safety officer or the traffic, what do they call it, traffic operations manager or something. It would, defers to you. But, and us, that we can actually sit down and come up with an idea of how to do this. You know, because Phil said he thought he could get them down to 20. And I like your idea. I mean, everything's way too fast.
Yeah, I mean, I just know the rotary, when you get to Situate, says unless otherwise posted, it's 25 miles an hour.
the
I
whole
like-
town,
I
it
like
means the
that.
whole town?
Right, so if you go anywhere where it's not posted, it's 25 miles
So
an hour.
where is it,
All those
like what,
secondary
I
roads.
don't know Situate that well, but like, give me an example of one
So
road
if
that's
you
not
drive,
25.
all
3A
those.
is not 25 miles.
Right,
3 days
okay.
posted.
So it's posted, so,
Yes,
yeah.
so all those posted roads, for us, it would be, Main Street, Ferry Street, none of those streets would be effective. Caresville Street, the busier roads where
The busy ones,
it needs to be more than 25 miles an hour, nobody's gonna be able to get where they need to go.
Anywhere, ever, yeah.
But all the secondary roads,
Go down Winslow, Standish.
Yeah.
Blackwell
Mayflower.
would lower it to 25, all the,
Well, the
Anderson, any of the secondary
All the
streets where it's not posted.
Beach Street.
A perfect example is Columbia Road. we have a few people that complain about the camp and the morning people that drop off their kids to JHP. And they complain that the parents drive a little bit fast on the street, and there's a couple that continually call. There's really nothing we can do.
What speed limit is that road?
It's a secondary road, 30. Even though they're probably not even going 30, it's too fast for that type of neighborhood. You have cars parked on the sides of the roads, you have people walking. I mean, we can issue tickets to people going under the speed limit. It's speed greater than reasonable. If there's cars and there's people and you're driving the speed limit, you can still issue somebody
You can
a
still
ticket.
issue a
but,
ticket, yeah.
I mean, we're not really not in the business of giving people speeding tickets for going below the speed limit. So I would like to see something that would help everybody with safer streets.
That's a great idea.
I like that idea. Do you like that idea?
Yeah,
Yeah.
good call.
If we can achieve that, that would be big.
I think
People
we
go
can.
too fast.
You had that?
But
think-
there's also those areas where you need a 2x4. And
Oh,
it's slow,
yeah.
and put some controls in,
Yeah.
from an engineering standpoint, so that, the police aren't always going to be there.
Right, and I'm all for some of the speed bumps that you're referring to, but just keep in mind, when one goes in, everybody's gonna want them.
Oh, I get that. I get that.
So,
At the tune of 30 grand a pop.
right, so, I mean.
So, I mean, where there's high pedestrians, the controls should go in.
Well,
I mean, we'll sit down and go over it, because
Yes.
I'm sure our
We have to have
locations.
a master plan, is my point.
Yeah.
We look at the whole town, map it out, determine what should be done where, what needs to be signed, what needs to be painted, and what needs
the
controls.
first thing we need to do is Jason, myself, Ken, and Phil, our chief of ours, need to sit down and get this implemented, what you talked about, because I think it's a good start.
Right.
Does that have to go to
Unless
town
otherwise
meeting?
posted, I don't believe it does.
It's okay.
According to the information we received, which is this Municipal Modernization Act, it says cities and towns are now permitted to reduce speed limits to 25 miles per hour on any local,
No.
non-state roadway in thickly settled or business districts, which
Wow.
most of the roads we're talking about are thickly
So,
settled.
so I think that, from our standpoint, that we make the proposal, and we have the select board concur with us.
I don't think you have to go that route.
I understand, but it'd be nice to have it, because at least we're talking on the same page.
We need to start
Right.
with us.
Well, I think let the two departments work together, come up with a plan, and, kind of finalize everything that you want to do. And we know that the select board's going to want to know all about it, but at least, you guys can just do what you're going to do, get it,
Yeah,
kind of
most of
all
the
planned
legwork
out.
done, and then
Right.
see what everybody
It-
thinks.
That's
Right,
right.
exactly. And
That's right.
then, and once it looks like a final-ish plan, then we can, talk about it more. Does
Yeah.
that sound good to you
Yes,
guys?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Do you have any?
What's the time frame on this? Is just,
Any comments on that, Craig? Yeah, time frame?
We'll get together at the
Next
Labor Day.
couple, yeah, after Labor Day. I'm going away, so.
There's a lot to do before Labor Day.
Yeah.
These guys have to rake the whole beach, so they have a big week ahead of them.
a lot.
Yeah.
Get
Everybody's
your
getting
rakes
a rake.
out.
And we put up the speed signs, me and Jimmy Jackson work together all the time.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's
The
good.
blinking speed signs, they do help. They at least get people to take their foot off the gas.
Yeah.
I mean, they're mine and I put them up, well, they're not mine, but I put them up myself, and sometimes I look up and say, I need to take my foot off the gas.
Oh, yeah?
It-
And
it-
having
it
the
is-
posted speed limit with the
Right,
flashing.
yeah, but so we have, we had 6 that Mike Maresco purchased that are permanent, that are dug into the ground. They really don't move. They're the larger ones, Acorn, Plymouth Ave, and Main Street. People do mess with them. Some have gotten broken. People cut the wires to them, shoot them with BB guns. that bust the screens.
Spray paint them.
Spray paint them. So I mean, those larger ones I'm down to 4. They're $6,500 a piece. The smaller ones, I made up a bar. I kind of move them all around. Those were from Permaline. I think those are about $3,200 a piece. They do work.
Yeah.
And I get requests for them all the time, and I had 6 of those. I'm down to 4. But I try to keep them. We keep them in the school zones. During the school season, we move them to the beach sections. I mean, I get requests for them all the time. It's just I don't have enough to move around.
Right.
The new one's the governor's wind zone.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see the school signs that are up that actually have the speed limits with the same device. So we can eliminate the school area once. I'll be able to move them around to different neighborhoods. You need line of sight. You need something to post it to. There's a couple of things that go along with them. You just can't throw them up and they work. I get requests in like Arrowhead, but there's no poles, there's nothing for me to attach it to, so it's kind of not functional up there. But for the most part, like Surf Road, Beach, Winslow, they stay there all summer long. And I kind of try to move them around the streets. There's battery issues and they run by solar, but they're a good option. At least lets people see. People who want to speed are going to speed, whether there's the speed limit's 30 or it doesn't matter what the speed limit is. People who want to speed are going to speed. Whether there's a speed bump, they'll speed into it and speed out of it. But they're all options to get people to slow down.
Just to get people's attention.
Yeah.
I still like the 2x4 method.
Yeah, me too. Those days are over.
Okay.
All right, so thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Appreciate it very
yeah.
much. Okay, and did you want to talk about this
Yeah,
crosswalk thing? Okay.
real quick.
Yeah.
So Webster Street, Parsonage Street, we have an existing sidewalk here. Kevin Seelan put in the ADA ramps after Charlie and Rod met with him, and Kevin installed a sidewalk down Webster Street to connect to the Red Gold Farm property. So that's where I was hoping to get a crosswalk put in. And these are on the ground shots. Why? Because we got 113 acres of town open space down there in the Red Gold Farm. So Kevin installed the sidewalk down to here, and then it abruptly stops. The reason it stops is because the Green Harbor River, the grading, we couldn't get a sidewalk. Originally, we were going to take it all the way to here and then bring it in. But the culvert, we don't have room because of the grading and everything else. So at the time, the harbor master was out there with us and several other people, and he said, I got a ramp that's coming, become surplus, and it was just long enough to fit right over the Green Harbor River on the old railroad bed. So we put it in there, and that gave us a way to get to the property. So there's the ramp.
Oh,
There's the new sidewalk.
that's awesome.
And when you stop at the sidewalk, you got the connection trail that takes you back out onto the railroad tracks. These are footbridges that were put in so people can get off onto the cranberry bogs as far away from the Eversource substation as possible. And then this is the whole, so you're coming in off of here, this is all town land, yellow now. You come in on the red trail, we have a possible connection to King Philip's Path. Brings us down here to where the pond is. There's a path that comes in off of the new subdivision Kevin Seelan was building off of Red Gold Farm, off of Moraine Street. Comes in over here, and this is the elevated walkway that he just finished installing, which brings you to Steamboat Drive. So this is all sidewalked, one side of the street, the purple. It connects this whole neighborhood onto here, brings you up through the downtown all the way to Station Street. which is why we wanted that crosswalk, because it gives us great connectivity. That's the elevated boardwalk under construction that's now finished. That's that pond. And then you get in at Steamboat Drive, we got the Hall property here. This is Old Pilgrim Trail coming through here. We're right here. We connect into this trail's already here. Gives us a way to get over the Webster Street property, all the way to the beach. If you go down through the trail that we connected at Adelaide, brings you right to the Duxbury Town line on Old Pilgrim Trail here.
Very cool.
So does that mean we don't need a sidewalk on Webster Street?
It helps address that issue. Now, all those people have a way of getting off street, all the way up through the downtown.
And it's not like heavily wooded and stuff,
The bog is not heavily wooded. This area, you're in a canopy of very tall pine trees in here.
Right.
So this is shaded,
So
then we have a
it's
big
shaded,
open
but
area.
It's not like roots
Yes.
and stuff like, yeah.
Yes.
It's not like a lot of the trails where.
Yeah, so all the Cranberry Bog area, you got the gravel roads, and that's what you use when you're on that
Right.
property.
So there's pedestrian safety from this area to the downtown?
7 miles, basically, through the downtown,
Right.
all the way up to Station Street, Summer Street.
20 years ago, they were really proposing to put a sidewalk on Webster Street. And we said there's alternative to it. This is the alternative.
1985 plan said Webster Street, Winslow Street, we need sidewalks. And I've always wanted to get a sidewalk on there, and the best we could do was this section. So the one thing I wanted to bring up, this is Ohio, and you can see the sidewalk runs up a little further, and then it cuts back over to where the sidewalk is. So I have a feeling that they were purposely trying to get the people, before they angle across, to get them a little past the Foster Street thing, so they can get in. And then the last thing was, so when you first talked about that safety zone stuff,
Yeah.
Webster Street, when you hit Parsons Street, you're doing 35, well, 40. And then when we get to Foster, we should drop it, so here we would drop it to 30 at Parsonage. After Foster, drop it to 25, and when you get up here, drop it right before you get into the Dairy Queen and everything. This is the access road to the Star Market, right in that area. Drop it to 20. I saw 2 major accidents this summer here.
Yeah, there was
And
2.
I almost got
very
hit
recently.
once by somebody who didn't know what they were doing. This summer has been really bad at Snow Road.
Yeah, I mean, I just the other day, I was pulling into Marshall's side entrance, and a woman was at the crosswalk, and somebody passed on my right, and I thought they were gonna hit her.
This had a beginning of a study that the Chamber of Commerce paid for.
Yeah, I saw it.
But it's not finished,
Oh,
it's a
and
memo.
2019,
It was a memo and stuff.
yeah.
So that really, we need to do something with this intersection, because in the summertime, people don't know what they're doing.
Was there 2 accidents up there in the last week and a half, right?
There's 2 accidents there a day.
Dude, oh.
Not,
Well,
not,
big
not,
ones
not literally,
that
but
I knew.
it's a top 3 intersection for accidents.
Yeah.
So with that, I hate to bring it back, but with a platform fit work on that aspect?
That's not a platform issue, that's
Idiot.
no, you have cars going every way, it's like Furnace and Forest.
They're frustrated and they're
There's
just pulling out.
there's no dictating, there's no pattern of traffic there. At
It's
that
a
intersection,
joke.
every car is going every way. It's a horror show.
So I didn't touch that intersection, but I figured if you got your 20-mile-an-hour safety zone, that at least helps, because they're not going as fast.
Right.
So how do you, so are the, so
Signage.
the 35 down to 30 to 25?
Parsonage, at
like-
Parsonage, so the 25 is roughly here right now, the existing 25 mile an hour.
Yeah.
So you're coming in at 35. At Parsonage, we drop it down to 30. Sign, reduce speed entering village or downtown or whatever you want to call it. Then another sign, reduce speed 25, reduce speed. And it
So
can be flashing
people will
or whatever, but it's, you're
get a
slowing
clue.
them down, you're slowing them down, you're slowing them down, because they're doing 35 when they get here. You know, if they're not backed up. I've been backed up past the oil company and stuff, the pool guy. I'm blanking on his name. But I've been backed up to about here because of this intersection. People just don't know what they're doing.
I'd even propose that 35 via 30. Parsonage and Webster is, we don't have as many accidents there, but when we do, they're nasty.
That's a hard place to cross,
It is.
too.
Yes.
So that
Not
30,
Parsonage.
Drop it even further, maybe,
even further back, before that.
Garden Gate,
25.
maybe a Garden Gate, drop it down to 30
Yeah,
to slow them down at that intersection. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
From an engineering standpoint, could any of those intersections be just one way?
What do you mean?
Don't allow them to exit through that interstate, have to go around.
I don't know if that would work.
no, I might be wrong. We had a meeting not too long ago with we paid for a traffic study at Snow Road.
Yep. That was with the chamber.
That was the chamber.
Yeah,
That
that's
was-
the paperwork
it was
we
not
got.
finished.
I just heard you say 2019.
2019,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was, last time I was here, I remember.
We
wasn't
had,
finished.
we saw it, but it didn't, wasn't
We were
finished, it was
talking, we were
old.
talking roundabout or traffic signal,
Yeah.
those were two of the
Right.
options. But they never finished the report. All
Okay.
I have is a draft, and that's
Yeah.
what they sent me, the chamber.
Right, and then Amy sent it. to
Nobody could
everybody.
agree on what to put there. The roundabout was like,
But we own 3 sides of that intersection, which helps a roundabout solution. The traffic signal, the problem is we're gonna have them backed up
You have two
onto
traffic signals right on
39.
top of each other.
Unless we do 2 southbound lanes in that section in order to stack, because if you got a traffic light here and it's red, you got that heavy flow coming around, you're gonna have to stack a bunch of cars in that little gap.
if I remember correctly, it was a major undertaking.
Yeah.
Either, whatever you're gonna do.
Yes.
And I recently talked to Bell Atlantic, and he goes, and I said they're proposing or thinking about traffic lights at Webster Street, and he had mentioned that the lights at CVS will probably have to be replaced, and everything's gonna have to come up to ADA, the whole 9.
Oh, yeah, it's a.
So he goes, you're not only talking about implementing or installing a set of lights at Webster Street in snow, you're talking about
It's gonna be wider and bigger.
the ones at CVS.
Also on the corner of Ocean and Webster, there's all those shrubs, vegetation. Sometimes
Oh, at the,
right in front of the restaurant.
At the restaurant?
Some people don't see around the corner.
the driveway coming out of this, the plaza is also the bushes and stuff.
Right.
I had a kid on an electric bike coming up on my right,
Oh.
and I almost missed him because of the garbage cans in the bushes.
Right,
And he was flying.
I mean, that's the reason why I said,
Those
well,
electric bikes
you're a
are,
big-
you know,
They're scary then.
you know, from an engineering standpoint, we need to do something. You know, you got, when
The
you got
other
two-way
thing-
traffic going this way, can you do it, can you make it a circle and don't allow them to go out that way or go in that
Well,
way?
we just gotta pick up where they left off.
Right.
The study was already
yeah, it's
started.
already
I
started,
think
we
need
just
to
gotta
pick
get
it
it
up.
finished. The other thing to keep in mind is the land on, between Ohio and Webster Street in that corner with Parsons Street, that's town land. So we can go in and we can cut down the trees to get a better sight line.
Well, Ken had us do that over on Cross Street, what a difference that made at that intersection, mow
Yep.
everything back.
Yep.
We're actually gonna go and take some of that, move some of the dirt out of the way, so you get a better line, because it was brutal.
So, I mean, you know, vegetation it cuts the line of sight, and that
Yep.
causes, next thing you know, they go around the bushes and, oh my God, from here.
All right, so where do we go from here? Do we wanna
What
pick up
about
the-
school in 139 out here?
That was supposed to be done a while ago.
We're supposed to,
Where are we at?
supposedly we're 250,000 short, but the marijuana guy says he doesn't have that money anymore.
Wait, explain that
So
background,
Ben?
please.
Ben from the Buds,
Okay,
he was to put in the traffic signal.
he was paying for that,
He was
because
paying
that
for
was
that.
part of the,
And he said he hasn't, his income has not been that high, and he's short.
Wasn't that part of his
Okay.
agreement?
Yeah,
but that
Part
was
of his
the,
agreement, he's got permits with another board.
Yeah, can't we just, you know,
Also, there was, we have some 139 mitigation money still. And we could probably make up that shortfall, but we need our select board to push to get this intersection done.
That's on School Street.
The school street, the whole redesign out here,
Yeah.
the driveway change and everything.
yeah,
It's
we
gotta
need
be.
that, that is
You
really,
need
Well, so
that
how
left.
can we help make that happen?
We need to make some noise.
well,
So we need to go before the select board again? All of us?
Well, put a proposal, let's put a proposal together and go to the select board and get it approved.
Well, and to remind the applicant that he has responsibilities to complete
well,
the
can't we
job.
get to Galvin and have sent a letter to him?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
pretty-
what kind of recourse is there if he doesn't, if he says, I don't have the money, do they close it down? To-
Part of the agreement,
he
last
could
I
I
was
mean, it must be.
He could lose his permit.
Yes, he could.
When does the permit go to? Do you know?
No, so
I
they
don't
send a
know.
letter.
But
from
they,
the-
but that would
loses his
be
permit for
automatic.
It was part of the
Automatically would
conditions
lose
was
it.
that intersection.
That was going back 4 or 5 years.
So should we go over buy grass and help them out?
Why don't we just talk to Galvin and send a letter and move on, come on. It's kind of simple.
So have you has anybody talked to Attorney Galvin?
The
about it?
last time I spoke with the applicant, he was in looking for a different project. And I
What?
reminded him,
Oh, another store.
not another store, he wanted to do a 40B.
Well, let's just get to Galvin.
All right.
and-
Yeah, so he
you
needs
know,
to-
this
Let's
is
make
so-
noise,
get a letter.
but we have
This
to.
is like a round robin here. Why don't we just get to Galvin, send a letter, get the money, and get this thing done?
Gone.
Well, it is all connected, so I totally get why it's going around in circles.
Well, we're going around and around.
I know, but there's history here that's important for people to understand.
Well,
Well,
So-
first of all, I didn't know there was any mitigation money. That makes a whole bit of difference.
I
Right,
have-
you did.
I have some money that we could use to finish the gap and get this thing done.
The guy doesn't have the money. You can't get blood out of a stone.
Put a
The
lien on
only
it.
thing you're gonna do is shut it down, and that's not gonna do anything for us.
Well, you put
I
a
mean, that
lien- you put
maybe-
a lien on it. That's what you do, you put a lien.
But you need the money now.
Okay,
The
but
longer
We have
we
a
wait,
solution.
the longer we
I know.
wait, the
Alright.
higher the price is gonna go.
Right.
The mitigation money might come into play if we can get the select board to jump on board.
okay, so what's your next step gonna be? Like, what do you need us to do?
Nothing.
How can we
We're
help
gonna, I'll talk to Greg.
We'll talk to Peter and the select board.
And,
I'll make a motion
Bob
to
Galvin.
make noise.
I mean, we can make a motion for a letter to, but you're not gonna be sending it, it's gonna come from you probably, right? To ask Galvin to send a letter
Well, you can't make a motion on anything, I think it's a discussion. All
lean
we're
on
gonna
him a
do
little
is
bit
we're gonna
for-
move forward, let Greg and I take care of it.
Yeah,
Officer Lucetti, you don't know any, like,
I know
enforcement
nothing
people
about
like
this.
that. Can't go lean on this guy.
I don't know.
Is that the way they used to do it in the olden days? All right, okay. So, is the crosswalks gonna get done though for that, so when is the?
You're okay.
When is the schedule for like starting to paint? Once Labor Day school is happening and Labor Day's over?
Yeah, we're in the next week or so.
So, okay,
Weather's been fine.
Yeah.
Just have a,
right, hopefully it stays that
Unfortunately,
way.
no rain.
I've had some
No big
people
storms.
shift to other divisions, so we're a little short-handed. So I'm trying, we're holding some interviews tomorrow to get some people on board, so we have some extra help.
Oh, good, okay.
So in doing
Okay.
those crosswalks, are we gonna mitigate some of the vegetations that get to, for a better line of sight?
Yeah, you did, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, while they're going around to paint, they can look at that stuff and see where it needs to be cut back.
No, I'm gonna have Bob do it, I'm gonna give a hedge trimmer.
I'll get my chainsaw. I'll go out with
Okay.
him.
2x4.
Good.
All right, we have other people that are waiting.
All right, so that was a good discussion, but I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Mitigation.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg, goodbye.
Question real
Oh,
quick?
I'm sorry, yeah,
On that
question?
crosswalk, that, where you said you're gonna put one across
Just
the
name and
Lisle
address
Street?
again, sorry.
Sorry, John Bryson, Ocean Street, so that one you wanna put at Lisle Street, at that, where that meets the Lisle Street, that sidewalk is so deteriorated, you can't, okay, you already know.
Yeah, no, I already know that, and I did. talk
There's
to
no
her.
landing there, that's why I was saying.
Thank you.
It's all crumbled and
It's broken up.
broken up, you can't even, all right, thank you.
Okay, thank
Greg, do we
you.
wanna sit down after Labor Day?
You
Okay.
know?
Great. Okay,
Jason, thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you,
so,
Greg.
thank you so much. So Sharon and Meg, do you guys want to come up? Hi, how are you? So you would want to introduce yourself for the record, both of you?
Sharon Studley.
Thank you.
Meg LeMay.
Thanks. Okay, so we asked you guys to come in because we had a conversation about having the plow drivers not be paid out of the enterprise accounts, and how that would be able to be accomplished. So Bob had some thoughts on that. I asked if the snow and ice could reimburse the enterprise accounts. And Bob was talking about a particular type of accounting technique.
Cost accounting.
There you go. And so the ultimate decision was to have you both come in and see if you can give us the solution to that.
Go ahead, Meg. You and Diane have the same idea pretty much.
So in terms of if you have employees, that would, because we had discussed this, and Sean had said that when there's a snowstorm, it's kind of all hands on deck. So you would have employees who are plowing for the town. We want to continue to charge that to the enterprise funds. However, if what they're doing is the work that they're doing is to benefit the town, not the enterprise funds, I would say that there should be a way to reimburse the enterprise funds for that. Like that the enterprise funds could bill for, it's almost as though they were snowplow contractors, because essentially that's what they're doing, is they're
Right.
functioning like snowplow contractors. So just, send the bill, pay it back. Yeah.
So who does the bill, so the waste, so for instance, water, somebody works for the water division, right? And they're plowing. So they're gonna get paid from the water division because that's where their payroll goes through that. You can't change that whole system, but then you can invoice. And so where does the bill come from and where's it gonna go to?
So we have to
get it
track the
reimbursed.
hours, like we always do.
Mm-hmm.
And once the storm is over, we know how many hours are racked up per person, per division. We would then do an invoice. You take each individual's hourly rate and you tally it up, and per storm you would send an invoice. Am I right by saying so? Yeah. And you would bill snow and ice.
Okay.
So we did something similar, and I was telling Sharon about it today, and I don't think this is way before you. It was never followed through at town hall. We used to track how many hours were being accumulated by the drivers during the day. All overtime is paid out of snow and ice, no matter who you are and where you are. During the day, you may break off, and it's happened before. We've had a snowstorm where the guys have broken off and gone and done a water main that broke at night or during the day. But this is when you first got on the board, we were trying to come up with a way of tracking it, which we did, and we would submit, I want to say it was like $4,000 in total, because it wasn't a bad winter. And I don't think it ever got followed through with that time. That was a different administration back then.
Right, so the financial team at town hall didn't.
But we sat down as a group, 4 of us, to try and figure out a way that it wasn't going to be an accounting nightmare for either side.
Right.
And you had mentioned it before, but Meg said the same thing. Well, we can build snow and ice. I said,
It
that's
should
probably
be snow and
the
ice
easiest
all
way.
the time. It's a simple. 101 accounting.
Huh?
101 accounting.
What I just
During the
said.
day, they're plowing the roads. The enterprise fund, ratepayers are paying for it.
Correct, and that's the key there, is the differentiation between ratepayers and taxpayers.
Right, thank you, I do know that. So, at night, when it goes overtime, it goes into the snow budget. So that's a different account number.
Yep.
All right, once you use that account number during the day,
So for the day,
Same thing.
so for the day, the salaries would continue to be charged to the enterprise funds, because you don't want to, you want that full amount to be charged to the regular salaries, because going forward for future years, you would want to see what is actually being charged to the regular salaries. It's just that rather than shifting the payroll component of it, you're being reimbursed.
Yeah, but let me interrupt you, but that's not how the enterprise fund is managed through 53 F and F, right? You can't have enterprise fund employees doing work that's not related to the enterprise account. It's in the manual. So when it snows, it comes out of the snow budget. It doesn't come out of the enterprise. Enterprise has nothing to do with it. That's the way it should go. And if you have an account number at night, then why can't you use that account? It's the same account number during the day. It's the same number.
Because none of them get paid out of snow and ice during the day. They
And
all
they're gonna
get
have to, you're gonna have to
So
change.
I have a comment here. I think what Meg is saying is that when we go to town meeting and we're looking at the budgets and we're looking at salaries, the salaries have to be consistent per account in order to get those positions funded. If all of a sudden they're making $10,000 less this year, this winter, than they did the last winters because they switched the payroll over to snow and ice, the salary isn't gonna be there for town meeting to vote on. Town meeting has to vote on that salary.
Okay, I'm out of it.
Do you understand?
No, I'm out
Yeah,
of it.
so it isn't-
I'm out.
But that, yes.
But that's right,
I'm out.
is that correct?
I'm out.
Okay, so that's the problem, that's why it
Yeah.
can't be done
Yeah,
that
I
way.
know what the problem
But the
is.
money is going to
But
be taken from the correct account. It's just we have to keep their salaries the same so that every year, let's say we have a year
I'll
that there's
check with
no
DO.
snow, then
You ask for a solution.
John, we're
We come up with
making
a
the,
solution.
so we're coming up with the
It's gonna all balance
solution.
out.
So you're
so
reconciling
that-
the
so-
account based on payroll?
So we're coming up with a solution so that the ratepayers are paying the correct amount for the correct jobs.
Right.
But
They're getting
on
reimbursed.
paper, it needs to be standard, otherwise we're not gonna get the salaries from town meeting.
right, we need their salaries to be funded every year.
Every
Even
year, in the
if
same
we have
amount,
no
whatever that
snow,
amount is,
Or
right.
we have a ton of snow, we need their salaries to always stay the same.
Right.
We will fix the problem of it not being paid out of the correct account by doing this reimbursement. So their salaries need to stay consistent so that we can always be funded.
And we're talking about
And
getting
then-
to the same goal, just two different ways.
Yeah.
Right, exactly, it's just how you get to it,
Yes.
it's right. So, and then we will have documentation on everything that was invoiced and billed and paid per enterprise account.
It's gonna create a great paper trail for us as well, so that we're gonna be able to track these things, because
gonna
we
be
have an
something,
invoice.
yeah.
So we're gonna be able to say, these are the hours that, they were plowing and all that. It's gonna be able to show us where our money is spent. It's gonna be
Right,
helpful.
so it's creating more kind of
It's-
clarity in the accounts, doing it that way, because you just, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
there's
All
another,
If you like it,
there's another problem we have with highway.
and everything is
Now,
done.
our highway fund, our highway
They're-
budget
they're not
is
needed.
paying
Now that right
to
there
pick up
is something.
all the barrels and trash in the whole town.
So where?
So
Yes.
highway it shouldn't come out of our highway budget. This should be another line item
No.
for
That's
the trash throughout the town, the ball fields,
Should
all
reconcile
the
it
streets. But
with the bill.
we either need that or we need the highway account.
We already discussed that today. We're gonna have to increase the FY '27 budget. on highway.
By the cost there. But we also have that small, it's not that small, that white truck. So that uses gas, it uses fuel maintenance. That all comes out of the general fund. I don't know where it's coming out of now, but I think the ratepayers even bought that.
Might have been split, I can't remember, it was
Well,
3 years back.
we're not gonna get reimbursed for it anyhow, because it's just some of these stuff, I can show you $500,000 right here. I could show you $500,000.
I mean, I look at,
Wait a minute, Bobby, I'm talking,
sorry.
okay? All
Yeah,
right,
let him finish, please.
okay.
all right? So, when you have a copy of this, no? You know
I
what
don't
mean?
have it with me, but, yeah.
So- and the charges for the indirects. This is, I want to show you almost $500,000 of 2 line items.
Hold on a second, are we stepping out of the scope of our conversation with that? Because
That's on the next.
I don't wanna get in trouble.
Oh,
Huh?
come on, will you, for Christ's sake?
I-
Go ahead, go.
So-
So
We'll
I
go
would
to the
just like
next
to make
one.
a comment
So,
on
wait,
that.
1 second, please, hold on. So, do we want to roll the conversation with Peter Moran into this one?
Yeah.
That's more what he's focusing on right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion that we can roll in the update with Town Administrator Peter Moran on the enterprise accounts into this conversation. Can you second that?
Well, I wanted to make a comment.
Well,
but
1 second, just hold on.
I want, on number 2, I haven't made my comment.
I know, but you will, but
Okay.
we're gonna just
Fine.
combine 2 and 3, okay?
Combine 2 and 3, I'm okay with that.
This is.
Okay, John,
I'm voting no, okay?
you don't wanna combine 2 and 3? So you can tell us what you're gonna...
I'll talk on what I want to talk about. You can do what you want to do. Go ahead.
All right, well, I would like to hear what you have to say about our third discussion item, and it seems like we have a grouchy group here tonight. Everybody's feeling grouchy these days.
I'm not good, I
Do
feel
you
pretty
have,
good.
well, except for you, Bob, I guess. So do you have, and the cameraman looks pretty chill. Do you have a comment that you wanted to share?
Well, my focus is if we were getting reimbursed by the federal government for any kind of emergency, we'd have to run through all the payroll numbers and reconcile the account off of whatever account it was paid out of to get reimbursed. So it's no different than reconciling something that someone else is gonna pay to fund the back. It's a reconciliation from an accounting standpoint. It's to make both the general fund and the enterprise funds and the other fund reconciled after the action has been completed. When you're in the middle of the action, you don't want to screw your budgets up. You want to be consistent across the board, but you need to reconcile it so at the end of the year, the right costs go to the right cost center. That's all I want to say.
Thank you, I appreciate that comment. So will you please continue with what you were talking about?
Excuse me.
On the,
Are you done
oh,
with-
sorry.
you done with the girls?
I don't know,
No,
you had a
no.
question for them, I think.
Are you going on to 3?
Okay,
Yes,
so you're done
meeting
with
with
what you
Peter
were
tomorrow.
telling?
Well, it's
what
going
you
to
were-
involve Megan and Jim.
All right, so we can move to 3, if you don't mind. Moving to 3.
3 is,
Great,
um,
great.
we talked with Peter Moore and Sean and myself, and it was over how we're going to come up with a new, it's not new, this is, you've seen this, it's right, okay? It shows all the different percentages and what they, comes out of the town budget and how they come up with the percentages. So just what I was going to make mention of. And we talked about this today. On the top of it, of this particular fiscal year, we had the DPW administration salaries, and each of them was 25%, and it came out of a town budget of $184,000. And the total overhead that the ratepayers paid was $138,000. So we talked about the 25%. So the salaries, like for Sean, is 75% by the ratepayers, 25% of the town. I think that's the same
Yes.
for you, right?
Yes.
So why are we paying back to the general fund that 25%?
Well, like we were talking about earlier today, so it's not just Sean and I.
I know, it doesn't
There's
matter, if
several.
it's just you and Sean, it
Yeah.
could be 5 different, it could be the engineers. It's the same thing.
Yep.
The same thing. That 25% that Sean and yourself, we can include other people, it's just the 25%. 75 ratepayers, 25%, it's 100%. But we're paying back to the town that money, which shouldn't have to pay back to the town. It's you're working for the general fund, you're working for the town. So that do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying
Yeah.
on that.
So how
I
do-
don't know how they came up with those numbers.
I'm not questioning the numbers, I'm just trying to show how they've done this before. That's 138,000. And then on this particular pension, it was 538,000. The real figure was 225,000. The real figure on this, because it changed the next year, because I'm the one who caught that. So if you have 138 plus 300,000, you're getting close to 500,000, 2 line items. I'm just trying to show you how the ratepayers have been taking over the hurdles over the years. We're talking nickel dime on the snow budget. I'm talking millions, billions that the ratepayers have paid and been overcharged. They have, over the years, since the beginning these enterprise accounts started. I would love to get rid of the enterprise accounts and have it all just the taxpayers. That's what I'd like to see.
All right, so we're gonna, hopefully the audit is gonna show,
Well,
give
the
us a
audit will
lot
show
more
something, but we want-
information.
Peter Moran agreed that we could use this percentages, not the percentages, but the top where it shows all the different percentages for different accounts. It gives you an idea where it's coming from. And then we're gonna use actual charges where there's actual charges?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All
So
right.
we're gonna get that
And
information,
they know that,
which we weren't getting before.
they know that that is gonna deduct from the,
From the indirect cost, right.
well, the indirect cost stays the same on an actual charge. It's just a direct charge. And then that lowers what the taxpayer's gonna pay. Okay, you understand, like fuel, if it's 400,000, taxpayer pays 400,000. But if we do a direct, and it's 100,000 for the ratepayers, then it's 300,000 for the taxpayer. Okay, so we do, that's something that you can take care of in the accounting?
I think that what we need to do is just have a complete overhaul of the indirect costs. I mean, I think we need to ask our, questions about what's the rationale behind, because the indirect costs, it's for things that you can't pinpoint directly. So I think we had talked about legal, right? So legal bills, Bob Galvin will identify which department he's working for, so you could have a bill that says, enterprise funds or enterprise
I
funds.
have all his bills since 2012. I have every single one of them. Do you know what he was charging in 2012? 65,000. You know what his actual charges were?
Less.
10,000.
So I mean,
Yeah.
so that's why you wouldn't want to roll that into the indirect cost. You would just want to charge that directly.
So there's nothing wrong there?
No, there's clearly something wrong there, yes.
Yeah. That went over and over and over. Even now, this year, they charged $28,000 to $38,000. I got a letter from Moresco saying that Galvin has nothing to do with his bills. He's an independent contractor.
All right, so we're getting way off the topic, which
What
I
are you
don't.
saying
I
we're
don't-
way off the topic?
I don't want to get off the topic with that, because that's going to be your job as the person who
Right.
is
Okay. All right.
representing the board on the audit.
Go ahead.
And I would say so Meg is
But,
here and she
but
wants
she doesn't,
to
but Meg's
come
not
up
here
with
to
it.
talk about that. They're here to help us
wants to
understand. I
come
mean,
up
they
with a
came in for the
solution.
snow plow
Everybody
issue.
agrees with that, what you brought up the other day,
Right.
okay? Let's just
So we just wouldn't,
stop.
Why don't
It's a-
you want to talk about something? All of a sudden, you don't want to talk about it.
because that's not what they're here for.
Really?
And we've voted for you to be our representative in the audit and for figuring all of this out. And I don't want to go over all of the same points in a meeting again, using those examples when Meg wasn't even here then. So she,
You have to do with her.
she
It's nothing to
can't.
do with me.
No, but you were,
No, it's a new,
So I just-
it's a new day,
yeah.
new scheme, new strategy.
we're trying to come up with new, exactly. So I just don't want to
So
keep
we're moving forward.
we do have a plan going forward. We're at the
And we're
baby
communicating.
stages of it. So
Yeah,
we want to just
that's before.
focus on that.
We're communicating. It's good.
Yes.
We're
I
communicating,
think-
we know it, we're moving forward, we're reconciling the accounts, we're putting, anything that's it's a direct charge, And those are, there is a discussion amongst ourselves and good, clear communication. Costs go where the costs should go.
Right, and John, we've been trying to get somebody from the financial team at one of our board meetings for the whole time I've been here, and they're here. So we're making progress,
We
okay?
invited Strobel, they never showed up.
Right, but we're making progress, so that's what I'm trying to focus on. That's why I don't want to keep,
I'm just
like, going
making-
through.
I'm just making a comment, that's all.
Right, so that's why I don't want to keep going through, like, the past things. We're going to focus on the
What we're
progress
gonna do
that we're
going
making.
forward, and
Right.
what the plan is to go forward.
Exactly.
I think we have a really good idea of what the challenges were, and Meg, I think, will be able to really help us figure out a way that we will all be happy with it. It will be clear, transparent, and probably a lot simpler than it was before. And that's the goal, and she is, ready to help us do that. So we're
Right.
really glad that, she's here and that she'll
I
be
like
able to
that
walk us
term,
through that.
transparent,
Yes.
clear.
Transparent, yeah.
And we
That's what we
can,
want.
and basically the taxpayers and the ratepayers
Yes.
Been very good
can
with
see
us.
the audit. That's where we are.
Right.
Yep.
We're making progress on it.
And we're communicating.
Yes.
It's good.
So, great, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you guys can leave if you want, or hang out and listen to the superintendent's report. I think we're done with that
It's gonna
part
be
of the
short.
discussion. What?
It's gonna be short.
Okay, short superintendent's report. Thank you very much.
Meg, thank you very much. You gonna do the minutes first?
Oh, I'm sorry, vote to accept the minutes. Okay, so did we have any questions about the minutes?
No,
Okay, all right, so I'll make a motion to, accept the minutes for July 21st, 2025. Do you have a second?
second,
Okay, all in
I was
favor?
absent.
Aye, okay.
Abstain, I was not there.
You're on the list
I was absent,
on July 21st?
yeah.
You weren't here? Okay, you're on the list, but, okay, so you weren't here.
Yeah, I was in New Hampshire with my wife.
Okay, I guess he was
She
here in
was on
spirit. Do we
vacation,
have to
I was not.
do we have to fix that?
I thought it said he wasn't
It
here.
says,
It says on,
I was
in
absent.
attendance.
On the 21st of July, I was not
21st,
here.
in attendance, all or in part, Robert Shaughnessy.
Yeah, I was not here.
Good. Do we need to change that?
No, it says I was absent. It's on the front page, it's absent.
Oh, God, I didn't even see it. Oh, my God, that's
That's
me.
what I meant.
I'm sorry. A little bit flustered, I think, right now.
That's okay. I'm a contract administrator, I watch the letters.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that was it, just the one, right? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and you guys vote? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, we voted,
Okay.
voted to accept.
All right, John.
You
thanks.
voted to accept. I can't vote because I wasn't there.
Right.
All right, superintendent's report.
So, we got a bunch of drainage projects going on, some water projects that we're trying to wrap up. We just finished some paving, and we're scheduling our fall paving for September and October. And like I said, let's keep it short, so it's been a long day.
What about Ty and Bond, anything?
We just talked about it today, just waiting for them to get back to us.
Yeah, I didn't get an answer.
I know.
I think they were gonna drive around, I think
Look
that's
at-
the last thing she
I
said.
thought so too.
Like beads are going everywhere. This is so crazy. Go on, I'm listening.
That was it.
Oh, okay, great.
It's one on
Wrap it up.
Thanks, they're everywhere.
behind you, all of that.
They're everywhere. Okay, so,
I better do a jelly beans at first.
no, it's my necklace that just broke. Too much.
If there were jelly beans, I probably would have grabbed 3 of them already.
They're everywhere. Okay, so, all right, we're all set. Motion to close the adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye. Thank you,
Thank you.
Marshfield.